Hi folks, Chris Anderson from Mount Comfort RV. Today we're going to look at a used coach. It's a beautiful day, and I thought that maybe we'll get out and do a video or two today. I know a lot of times I'm doing the videos on the $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 motorhomes, but certainly people don't usually start there, and we do get in, because we carry some of those better high-end brands, we do get in some very nice trade-ins from time to time. One of my #1 requests since I've been in this industry is people that want a Class C under $30,000. I mean, that's just a big request, and they're hard to find because that's at a point in an RV's life where people usually hang on to it. It's not costing them much. You know, they're sometimes low mileage. They're not old enough to really give you a lot of trouble, and people tend to hang on to RVs at that point, and they trade them in 10 years later when it's really old, or sometimes we get some really late model stuff in where it's a year or two old, where somebody, you know, hey, they wanted to upgrade something like that, and that's obviously a much more expensive motorhome when it's only a year or two old. But those ones that are, you know, 8, 10 years old and still in really good shape, they don't get traded in very often. But I got one in this week. It will not be here long. I never know what's going to sell next, but I can tell you this: the nice ones sell first. This is a nice one, so let's take a look at it. This is a 2007 4 Winds 5000. And it's not perfect. You know, this is a first-timer's motorhome, but it is in really, really good shape in all the areas that count. First of all, we put brand new tires on it. They were a little sketchy, so we didn't mess around with that. We put brand new tires on it, so you don't have to worry about that. The awning fabric is trashed. The awning works fine, but the awning is trashed. We've got a new fabric on order for that already. By the time somebody takes delivery of this coach, the new awning fabric will be on there. So your awning and your tires will be absolutely perfect, I can promise you that. This is a motorhome that the graphics still look pretty good on when you go around it. A lot of times, you know, as you get a few years on these, they start to peel and stuff. These really are in pretty good shape. We do have some good outside storage on here for a Class C motorhome. That's a really nice size spot. Okay. Of course, we have a generator on here as well. We'll move around. I'm going to point out the good things and the bad things because I don't like surprises. One thing you're going to see is when motorhomes get to be about 10 years old, which is what this is, some of the rubber in here starts to shrink up. Now, this is just a cosmetic. This isn't what seals your glass in, but that tends to shrink up. You can put a new rubber seal in there for about 10 bucks, so that's not a real big deal, but you know, you'll see things like that. One little blemish on this compartment door over here. Now again, somebody could take and put a new fiberglass insert in there real easy. We try to keep the price down on our used inventory, so we're going to make sure that the RV systems and appliances are in good working order. The heating system, the cooling system, the water system, the propane system, the awning, the generator, all of those things are going to work. We will demonstrate that to you before you leave here. It's not going to be perfect. You know, cosmetically, we're not really going to do much to it. We're going to clean it inside and out, but you will see with your own 2 eyes that it's in good working order before it leaves here. If you want one that's closer to perfect, I have brand new ones. They just cost a lot more. So, you know, I always like to get that out there on used motorhomes, that there's no such thing as a perfect used motorhome. But the flaws you'll see in this are fairly minor, I'll say that. Water heaters right here, furnace is here. This is a 6-gallon water heater. Okay. And as you can see as we walk around this motorhome, it's really in pretty good shape. Generator should be down here, I believe. Let's take a look. There it is. That's a 4K Onan generator. And it does run great. I've already had it running. We're built on the Ford E450 chassis. That means this has the Ford V10 engine in it, same engine they're using today. This does have the window up front, which you don't see very often, on the front cap as well there. We'll get around and get a shot of that. And I know what you really care about is the inside of this motorhome, so let's go take a look at that now. Okay, folks, Chris Anderson, Mount Comfort RV. We are inside the 2007 Four Winds 5000. This is a 28-foot motorhome, which is towards the smaller side of motorhomes that have a real bedroom in the back, and we'll get to that here in a minute. But, you know, in a perfect world, everybody wants a 21-footer with a private bedroom in the back. Those just don't exist. It's not enough real estate. But 28 foot towards the smaller end of those that have a true bedroom in the back. This is a perfect first-timer's motorhome is what this is. Or if you have an older model that you're looking to upgrade to, this makes a lot of sense. This motorhome only has 37,000 miles on it, so real low mileage. We'll make sure all the systems and appliances are in good working order, and I'm going to show you anything cosmetic or anything I've noticed as going through it that you know, won't be fixed, but you know, I think you'll agree it's pretty minor. First of all, this motorhome looks and smells great. You know, that's something you always worry about with these used units is, you know, what's the overall condition? Carpet's in pretty good shape. We haven't cleaned it yet. You know, we would give it a nice cleaning, but it's in pretty good shape just walking in here. Obviously, with Class C Motorhome, you have the bed up over the top. One of the things you always worry about with used Class Cs is what we in the industry have named bunk rot. These are areas notorious in Class Cs for having leakage issues. And the problem with it is when a motorhome does leak up here, it's really no more likely to leak up here than a motorhome is anywhere else. But the problem is the mattress soaks it up. So unless the owners of the coach, which usually aren't the ones sleeping up here, unless the owners of the coach are really vigilant about this or keeping an eye on that mattress, they don't know they have a leak. It's leaking, the mattress is soaking it up, it's holding water up there, and this decking underneath here gets rotted out. But first things first, even with a front window up here, this front bunk is bone dry. You always look up under, when you're looking at a used Class C, you always want to look up under here and, you know, see if it's been leaking. This one is bone dry, which, like I said, unfortunately, that's not always the case, but it's certainly the case here. Got a spot here for a TV. You bring your own TV to the equation here. All the hookups are there, and then it goes on a swivel, so somebody in this overhead bunk can watch it, or somebody back in the living area of the coach. You have a sofa that jackknifes down into a bed. You also have a booth dinette here that will also go into a bed. Okay, come into our kitchen area here. We have a double bowl sink. Nice faucet, actually. I think somebody might have upgraded that. That's a really nice faucet. 3-burner cooktop with the oven and the microwave. They don't make you choose between the two. You see you've got good storage throughout this motorhome. Nice cabinetry in here, and it's in really excellent shape. Okay. I'm gonna step over here to show you the refrigerator. This is a 6 cubic foot gas and electric refrigerator. This is from Norcold. It does have the temperature selector on the outside, which a lot of the refrigerators in this size range do not have. They're just they're on or off, and whatever temperature you get. And if your drinks aren't cold enough, tough tacos, because you really can't adjust it. Nice storage above as well. As we come back through here, this is a split bathroom design, okay, which means we have the shower on one side and the stool on the other. The one flaw that I can find in this motorhome is that the skylight has leaked. Okay, you can see a little bit of swelling right here. It's not soft, it's not crunchy, but it has leaked a little bit. And what happens is moisture gets behind this panel and it swells up a little bit. Now, we'll make sure that the roof is not currently leaking, and there's nothing really structural here, but you know, it's just something to be aware of. Like I said, I don't like surprises when I go to look at anything, so I'm going to point out the good and the bad. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, the dinette has a little chip in the corner there. Let's get a shot of that. Okay, so you've seen the flaws. Let's continue to talk about the good stuff. It's a nice size shower. Not sure we can get a good shot in there. There we go. We're getting creative here. Okay, and then bathroom. I'm going to step out of the way, let our cameraman do his thing. Here's your vanity and your toilet in there, and they're both pretty sizable. Now what has happened here, if we'll point the camera back towards the front, even though there's just a door here, this kind of closes off this whole bathroom area here. So your door to your stool actually becomes kind of a privacy divider here for the whole motorhome, which gives us this whole big area once we step out of the shower to get dressed, that type of thing. Step back in the bedroom here. Okay, we have a walk-around queen bed. We have storage on both sides, hanging on both sides. There's a spot up above. I'll bet that's pre-wired for a TV, but I'm gonna have to crawl over there to get to it. Let's see. It is pre-wired for a television up in there, so you can put a bedroom TV in this coach pretty easily, without much effort. So I think that pretty much covers this for this motorhome. This is a nice first-timer's motorhome. Like I said, for somebody looking for that. Nice Class C, it's in good shape, everything's gonna work on it, and it's under 30 grand. You'll see the price right down here. It's actually way under 30 grand. So this is a great one for you. Low mileage. My name is Chris Anderson. Please don't forget to ask for me. That's why we do these videos, and I'd love to talk to you. Look forward to seeing you.